Hey guys, welcome back, Marius here. Today we have something special prepared for Phoenix Point. And I was a bit tired about the combos and classes and everything, they will change it anyhow, but one thing what everyone is looking forward is patch and update that possibly can make this game better, playable, something that actually most of you guys will come back and actually finish. So there is a huge, great initiative they started, Phoenix Point, for updating Phoenix Point, and there's a feedback tool which I ran through and I was like, oh my god, what those people are talking about. So down in the description there's a link to their official feedback where you can find your issue with the game and how to make it better and suggest something. Now it's just, there are some great cool things additional, but I was like, how about we first fix what's in there already but not working properly or something. So this video, as you saw from the title, is literally 50 things what's wrong about this game. Wrong, bad, can be improved, but there's... So I split in 3 levels. I will quickly show you this. I will remove this afterwards. So I split into two parts. So one is the game overall and another is combat, separate case, because the game literally consists of combat. Besides combat is just management, but literally everything, the core is combat. So for that there's a kind of, as you can see, huge portion of it, but I wanted to divide it a little bit better, and I'm not quite sure I will make 2 videos. I will just make one big. I will go through one by one so you guys can just see and if you agree or not, or maybe I'm suggesting something wrong, you can of course add more down in comment section. And trust me, if I spend few more days on this, I could come up with 60 and 70 probably things to improve, but this is just pure 3-day job. Just 3 days I spent checking out what's annoying, from the little things to absolutely game breaking. So let's just unpack one by one, quickly, fast, so you guys are entertained about, oh boy, I believe most of those points you will feel connection when you play it. So I removed that so I can probably show you a few of those things. So now the easy part, just small minor things, is research lab hour summary. So it automatically calculates and gives you some dates or something, but normally for research you would expect the amount what you need, and then I can do my own calculations if I'm creating, if I need more labs or whatnot. So you know, see, it's somehow weird, feels weird to do this calculation for me. As you divide it, you can find how many lab hours you need for this, but small thing. As I said, these are small things. Next small thing, so second point, is stealth explanation. So you can find in Phoenix-o-pedia, we'll talk about that in a second, and stealth, like how the mechanics work, is not explained. Even up to this date, well, I have in and out insights and comments about it. We kind of have cracked how it works, but it shouldn't be the guessing game, right? Even with test and trial and fail approach here is absolutely out of, there's not enough information to fully capture how and what is working, but just an idea, you know. Point number 3 is soldier stat summary. I will give you will understand right away. So my question is, this guy has something that gives me accuracy, right? So now, question remains, how much accurate this guy is? Yes, you don't know. You need to go and literally look if there is something improving. Come on. How helps me this ridiculous experience if some stat about increased accuracy, remote speed, or so any other information? Nope. Do your own math. So that's how they call it. Moving on, point number 4, annoying random combat outcomes. I'm not talking about where you have a quest line, quest summary in geoscape, and you need to do something, and oh yeah, that part is happy, that faction is not happy. No, I'm talking about literally when you have diplomacy missions and something, you have no idea and you need to test them, and the outcomes seem so random. Sometimes no one is upset from other factions when you do something and that one faction is happy. Other times that one faction is super happy and both other hate you for doing that. Like, what this random shit the game throws at you is just too random. That's my point. Oh yeah, my favorite point on number 5. How on earth someone came up with the idea to call it Phoenix-pedia. You know why I'm making this is absolutely least important part, but you know, sometimes in between words we insert O, like, so it sounds better, like Phoenix-o-pedia. That's, I'm not even English, but even I know that they sometimes add one extra letter so it's easier to pronounce and everything. So come on, call it Phoenix-o-pedia. This one O in between. Down in the description, all my list is down in the description. You can find number against the name. You will see how the name, in my opinion, should be written, like kind of small things. As I said, we start with little ones. Lore reading, oh, that's my favorite part. You can find in Phoenix, but of course, there is voiceovers, and when you proceed through it, you find everything. But then it's like, this is literally lore. Is there any other more boring way how game can give you lore than just that? You know, this is called a book. If I want to read a story, I close my computer and read a book. No, that's that old school style. So now we have pictures, we have voices, we have movies, we have all our media. No, you read it. You can read your lore, and that's basically for most of the part. We'll get there. That's just kind of small things that just gets under my skin. Point number 7. Pointless haven data. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have a population, and I have pointed out that this population shows whenever there is some structure built, there is an impact on haven, right? Military strength, production, food supply. It's all good, but there's no way how I can influence. I can defend when it's attacked. There's absolutely nothing I can do. So all this information literally is pointless. Even when they are building something and there's low population, so it takes them. That doesn't help me in any fucking way. But no, here's the information. They have military strength, like, thanks, I guess. I just minor things, as I said. Start a little. All right. Then I'm really shocked, pun intended, about point number 8. It's Shock-paralyze. There are 2 different, as far as I know, mechanics in the game. When you shoot someone with paralyzing rifle or something, let me just quickly show you the paralyzing. We have an effect. It's number 15. Once you shoot somebody, you see how much you need to get, and when it surpasses, then the enemy is shocked. And then you find there are some items which have that then you are paralyzed. And then there are items and abilities that shock enemy. That's a different type, and my main question is why and how? In most games, usually paralyzed, shock, they kind of come together, and if I'm not paralyzed yet, then I'm probably in a shock before I reach the threshold. In this game, it seems totally 2 different things. I can't find it's under Berserker. There was a shock here. Shock 2000. 200. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? And one more thing I will find. Who had this guy had? Surprise attack. Attacks from behind gain shock value. How that shock value? It means it will be in 100. So similarly as with stealth, there's absolutely no information. So just do something to enemy and then hope for and do many times, then go in internet, look for such YouTuber as me, maybe he had crack, then you put your data together. Why the fuck? Gaming should be fun, not trying to solve something that you could just... I don't... Oh yeah, these are still small things we are talking about. Last one is I had another section for balancing, but I merged together with altogether game. Useless grenades. It's simple as that. The grenades, if we compare to any other, just I can't find. Of course, as you absolutely awesome gamers know and have commented, you try to make use of them or some weird builds or something just to push it, the flamethrower and something that you can find, but from effectiveness and everything, there's like, why? I'm not even, this Sonic is just, I tested and I decided I will purely ignore such thing exists in the game. I just do something about grenades, otherwise they're just silly things, useless stuff. Anyways, now let's move to medium things. Medium that is actually impacting already your... You are frustrated with the game. We have already... Okay, I can squeeze it in all one video, I believe that. Point number 10 is missing Tech Tree picture. And yes, I'm talking about this ridiculous thing where when you do research something, this is endgame already, I have researched everything, I'll try not to spoil, but you have no clue if that's a dead end, if you need that research to get some new, the blindness how it works, and it doesn't work, it's just, I believe in some weird situation, I get the sniper rifle, this sniper rifle, literally before the last mission, almost at the end game. Someone else mentioned it, no, they had it like in the mid game. Like, if we had some at least clue where we are going with these researches. That's why it's called research tree. You have a tree where something leads to something, then you need two research to get to the bottom of something. They can be hidden, they can be question marks, but at least some guidance for sake. And this is still minor things. Not minor, but medium things. We will get to the big parts. Then point number 11 already. We have still, I will try to, there is some, yeah, for example. Alright, that's unknown religion, but yeah. How on earth this research information is... There are some cool stuff, and when you do an autopsy or something, there's like possible weapons and something, but there are so many researches where you research something, there's like, I don't know. There's a mutation and multiplication and something without the tech tree, and like, so I get something out of it, I guess, because there are sometimes another beast, nice, advanced viral weapons. Maybe add some description like, and it unlocks you some new research or anything that ties with anything. Otherwise, there's just bunch of texts. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Point number 12. Non-connected facility spots. Ooh. It already triggers me. So you see, first things first, my just advice would be, how about when you can dig the holes like in every single other such game, and especially in all the XCOM's history. You know, I know that you are different type and everything, but as you advertise yourself as coming from XCOM, you know, so there is no way to dig it. So how, just, I don't know, maybe to stop this frustration, just put a rock here as well. So I know there's 3 rocks, right? Closed case. But this, no, it kind of gives you this facility spot, but it must be connected. So gives but doesn't. Why you do this to us? Point number 13. Mutation dual descriptions. That's something also I need to a little bit like, we have mutations, and you see wherever, that's basically kinda here, We have our tooltip that gives all the information. It's quite big. I see there's screen and everything. But no, wait a second. If we look at this, some different font, different typing, different why there are literally, and the thing is, it's not duplicates. You will find in one of these texts over here a little bit more information than you can find here, but it's not always the case. And can you make it even more unbearable, readable? I guess you can. You can do anything. All right, sorry, a little bit too much salt, but come on, guys, you deserve this. I will explain also then why. Okay, I need to move faster. Point number 14, bugged quests in geoscape. I don't know if you managed to have them. This is not the case, but yeah, this is the case. You see, I have a project voucher from somewhere, something. Nope, there is no fucking objective, and that's not the only one. I had somewhere else. I think this bulwark. Yeah, this is also Elmerite threats. Let me see. But anyways, you need at least one to show you how it's bugged. And this voucher, it stays there for I don't know why. But yeah, oh no. I don't want to defend your house. Anyways, so just bugged quests. Okay, these are bugs. We know they are bugs. Just fix them already. You know, they stay up there for the whole my gameplay, and I don't know what to do. If I did something wrong, if that's a stop, if my choices I made me stuck in there. Of course, there is no information. Most of the issues from the game is lack of information. All right. Point number 15 is active passive ability marks. It's just, again, my type of suggestion. You could literally mark abilities. I can show you this in this screen. Sorry, I was not expecting someone to attack me, but your soldiers have abilities, and there is no clue if that is active or passive ability. A small little mark, even something, would help us kind of navigate through it. And I will show you my biggest. Oh, and that came from this guy, right? There's literally organic enemies are no, yeah, this one, psychic ward. Allies with 10 tiles are immune to panic. Sounds cool. And where was it? Oh, from the head. But anyways, this is the passive ability, but how it's described, because none of the abilities mention that you need willpower or action points, right? It's another point. But it matters, for fuck's sake. I mean, yeah, point number 15. Point number 16. Phoenix points, soldier points, hard cap on soldiers. So this is something I really find annoying. When you have hard cap, right? Whenever you have fully developed soldier, it stops giving you anything, any bonus, any experience, any literally when you have max level. It kind of one hand feels okay with that. From other hand, if and when you realize you need more than twice the points to fully develop and make him as a double class soldier, a super soldier, it means that is almost impossible in this game to actually do it like in timely manner. And especially this, I need to explain it a little bit more, because that's why I usually making games such super soldiers. But this game in easiest mode is something where you can have a sustainable situation where you are not being crashed from all sides. Any other higher difficulty is literally how much time you have until you will be totally destroyed. So you need to rush through the story and then you finish, right? So when we kind of establish the game is more or less in particular length, It's just literally not possible to have highest legendary difficulty and expect to just hold all the world in kind of normal situation. You will the difficulty and issues and wars in between factions ramp up, right? And then it means you are pushed to have the final conclusion, which means there's not a single chance how any single person could have enough Phoenix soldier points to make those all incredible super soldiers. But the game still insists, like, you can literally level up the guy at level 7 and hard stop 300 points, and that's it. And then for rest of the game, not a single bonus thing from him, his experience, even he's shooting anything. No experience. You literally just one-handedly killed skill, and no, that gives not a single experience point. Oh, you defended some food crates. Here's your Phoenix point soldier. How that even makes sense? I mean, there's too much of I can't give you. I gave my idea that, I don't know, after when it's fully leveled, make him after every 100, I don't know, another 1,000 experience points, he gets 10 soldier points, 10 Phoenix point soldier points, something, anything. Otherwise, whenever you hit the cap, it's literally, and in mid-game you hit the caps in 1-2 days with enough training facilities. The whole leveling itself, or I don't know, let him develop strength, willpower, speed when he's run, I don't know, a few thousand miles, give him 1 extra speed, just because that's how originally XCOM worked. Alright, too much for this one point, let's quickly speed up this. Came and buy and click one by one. This I literally saw also in suggestions, and yes, that's very much, that's annoying. I will agree on this. Whenever you buy, you click one by one. What is wrong with such attitude? Just give me trade all, or I can click and hold the button. I don't know. Both of them are viable options, but this is just laughable. Let's move on. Yeah. Point number 18 that comes together with latest patch, it is weapon magazine size, and literally I will just pick my worst what I can come up with is this one. You know how they changed that 5 shots are only done by a rage burst? It means literally from this hell cannon, which is basically made for this ability, has 6 ammo, which means you do a rage burst and then you have an option. Either you do specifically a stupid shot, only one shot somewhere, so you can empty that magazine, because remember, whenever you reload, it will destroy any ammunition left in the weapon, right? It's not. And the funny thing is, it is working here when you have someone. Yeah, here you see. If I have used, I have 7. I have used 3 ammunition from here. I can literally fill it up with another magazine. Then somewhere I have half-empty magazine, and you get the idea what I'm talking about. But whenever you reload, you do the reloads, it's all wasted. And now, having something that's ammo capacity that doesn't divide by 5 is literally wasted, absolutely bullshit, right? I will just give you the same example from the scepter. Here we have, where was it? Yeah, burst, 12 shots in a burst, multiplied by 5 times with rage burst. It comes close, I will still empty whole magazine. Cool. I mean, just this one hell cannon literally is the one that I'm looking at, and I can't find how they came up with the idea with this balancing 5 shots, and no one thought of, where's my stupid gun? And no one said like, oh wait, but then we need to adjust this ammo capacity, because that's not absolutely done in any case. I lost my hell cannon. Of course it's here, because it's on the bottom of it, because item management page is just something out of different world. All right. We are moving on, and we have point number 19. Class attributes points unfair. Bear with me, unfair, that's a strong word. I will pick this guy. And unfair, I mean no one in the right mind making all this realize that, for example, technician, and to be honest, the same guy, heavy, they are kind of in disadvantage. Why? Because of all heavy everything and no. I'm not talking about give him more points so he can spend and strength. I'm talking literally when they are fully leveled. They're not leveled, I think I have these guys. Strength, willpower and speed are all the fucking same for every fucking class. Imagine you are training as... Let's make a laugh a little bit. Where are you? Where are you? I had a priest. There was a priest. Doesn't matter, okay. So, he somehow is exactly the same willpower as someone who was training for... Where do I have? I don't have heavy, damn it. Anyways, you get the point. This guy is literally training for something that uses strength. He's a melee. And then there's a guy who's sneaky as hell, but they have exactly the same strength, exactly same willpower, and exactly the same speed. And even if, as we know, there are literally this technician will be bringing, and he's having all the heavy shit, and it's impossible for him. He needs more strength, but when we put more strength, there's not enough points for abilities that cost for everyone the same. You get the idea. Everyone has the exact same soldier point amount and every exact same strength, willpower and speed. But the equipment they have is totally different story. So it puts in stupid situation where technician is literally unwanted and he can't bring stuff and he can't get strength. And it feels balanced. Someone without deep thinking thought giving exact same attributes is balanced, but in this case it's quite opposite. It's unbalanced. Some of these, and I will the same guy, this is literally the best of the best, because everything he needs is his head, to use his head for abilities. So he's literally in highest advantage ever, because when you combine with any other class, he can literally bring anything other class needs. There's no... You get that point. I hope you get, otherwise I'll die. Alright, moving on. Oh, items order. This is point number 20. It's easier to show in here. Items order is something when you find here, you start with medpack, then steam, okay, health items, okay. Then there is this, okay, obviously there's a crossbow, so that comes from infiltrator, but the second one is sniper rifle. Like, you see the order, I haven't deciphered it yet. At the first it was like strength, health, distance, maybe, I don't know, good old alphabet, because Athena is quite high, right? And then we have Hera, and then Pythagoras, and then no. I'm still kind of clueless how that order even makes sense. And when you need to manufacture something, it's basically you need to learn approximate position of that weapon, otherwise you're just browsing and I'm not even speaking about there's no way how I can make my own sorting by damage done, by name, by resources. Nope, screw you, guy. And the same thing goes whenever you come here. This is literally the same order, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, we have armor at the bottom. That's nice, at least something, but you get the idea. Item order is something out of this world again. Point number 21. Number of action points and willpower's cost. This is literally what I mentioned already. You have no clue, especially when you're a first-time player. Not only that, when you play second time, you don't remember everything from the head. Some of you do when you have better memory, but otherwise you're like, huh, this thing, how much action point it costs? Because you don't know that it's actually passive ability, but so you are trying to guess. I think it should probably, it was the one that costs me 3 willpower. No, it doesn't, because game doesn't want you to know anything. There's like, and it's, you know what, this, I understand that this rant is a bit maybe out of the order, but it's not cute anymore when you have some new discovery or something. This is literally making it worse, because there's this sensation of when you discover and something new that's cool, but literally you just open combat and then you can see every single willpower and action point and like cost and everything, and it's like, why on earth it's not here? Point number 22, lack of info on abilities. Well, that's easy. We can just continue from here. Let me pick something. For example, induces panic. Panic what? Panic what distance? Panic to someone somewhere. There are many cases where you let me find some good examples as well, where it's literally just something vague about it. For example, the same here, the same logic. Surprise attack from behind. Behind what? Because I tested. Grenade launcher doesn't work if you are behind, and if the grenade launch explosion is behind the enemy. So behind what? What is behind? Which is the angle where it starts to count as behind? Of course, you can go and try yourself, because oh boy. And then it gives you shock value. How much shock you need to give to Crabman so it gets exactly what? It's literally so... Oh, this one is my favorite quote. Deploy holographic decoy. Cool. And when you test it out, that holographic decoy stands for 1 turn, basically until the end of the turn. Why on earth it's not mentioned, this purely 15 soldier point cost shit will disappear right after 1 turn, even if not a single enemy approached? I had the idea, I had this like, okay, this is cool. I drop something like holographic, it stays there, I move on, but I leave a marker that basically enemies will be distracted or something. And I'm like, and when I finally tested out, like, oh, it's garbage. Yeah. Why should you tell how it actually works, right? When you can just describe something. All right. Point number 23: missing mentions on abilities. So that's not a lack of info on abilities and missing mentions of abilities. Oh, that's for tech. Yeah. That's not for abilities. That's for items. Similar thing, I haven't probably discovered all of them, but I will give you, for example, this is the abilities on items. That's the idea. The small difference between removes mindfraggers, technician repair, and technical heal. Cool, 3 abilities with 1 arm. What if I told you there is one more that is literally melee hit that, as far as I have tested, does shock damage, unknown amount? You don't... I think it was 1 action point. It's not even mentioned here. It is coming with this arm, because when there's no arm you can't use it. It's not something why should we mention? 3 out of 4 abilities we wrote, we don't need all of them. They will figure out somehow, maybe. Someone probably is now listening like, what? There is melee ability? Yeah, I had the same idea. And we are still on medium problems. Oh yeah. And I see already, for combat I will have separate video because it's just too long. This is the harder the stuff gets, the more I need to explain and show you. Point number 24, combat map variety. This is something I just came up with, playing it over and over and over and over again. As I mentioned, the game literally consists of combats. The same maps, the same layouts, the same things come up again and again and again. It's literally you open up, oh, this map again. I don't know, maybe don't do that. Medium things, as I said. 20 point, number 25 point, 5. Yeah, this is something I already kind of bragged, but the idea is not only that. Enemies, willpower, paralyze, and shock thresholds, I guess that's the word I'm trying to reach. And why it is important. And it's not only here, actually this point should be with combat, but I will be able to explain it through here. It comes especially in the play when you find something like mind control enemy if and when you have more willpower than enemy has, right? That's the idea. You don't know how much willpower enemy has. The info it gives, health, items, possibilities, something. No willpower as far as I remember. You have, I think. Now I'm recalling. But anyways, there's no, even if willpower is okay, you don't have a clue how much paralyze is the threshold until you shoot at least one paralyzing item or thing or ability, where then it pops up like, okay, fine, now I must inform you. Game is like, okay, he needs skill and needs 165 paralyze. I was like, what? If I knew that is the actual number for that, I would bring another paralyzing gun. Now I'm stuck with, the game literally slaps you in the face whenever you are having questions. It's like, I don't know, how about you go and test out and find yourself? I literally have tooltips, screens, everything to show you that, but no. As I mentioned, it's really tough with this game, where it withholds the information, the crucial information. Yeah, I forgot to mention. Why crucial? Because whenever you learn some ability and afterwards learn that actually that ability is absolute garbage, there's no way how to unlearn. So literally, this guy is disposable. 15 points I could put in something, anything else. Wasted. Alright, moving on, point number 26, and that's the last point of medium issues with Phoenix Point. Priest action point cost. Oh yeah, this was the idea about balancing stuff, because that's the literally latest. They added action power to cost anything. And in my opinion, the explanation was, the main explanation was, so it's not over abused. Give it a cooldown, you know? Cooldown is something that is invented in the games when you don't want players to abuse that ability. You don't make it. The guy is literally unusable. These abilities, they work in close range. Whenever you run, it's literally like I don't know, the same melee. Like someone actually making a movement and attacking, like, you know, action. They do something. This guy with his mind, he can crash. He's standing. No, that costs also action point. I know it could be also a small thing. I just found this a bit ridiculous thing. Once per turn, one mind crush per turn, one mind, I don't know. There's plenty tools how it could be stabilized. No, let's make it cost willpower and action points. Anyways, feel free to comment. I feel this is something we could debate about, but alright, last points. These are the hard stops, and the first one, I was just literally, why no one mentions this? So, if we truly want to fix this game in the core, so it's not something everyone is already mentioning how bad it is. Point number 27. There is no keyboard support. We know the game will come out for consoles and everything, and there needs to be adaptation and everything. It doesn't mean you need to put something like this for PC fucking master race gamers. And I will give you a quick thing. Literally in this screen, you have two things. You have a little arrows here, or you can there's a bar. This is I have a microphone, but not a single thing happens when you move your keyboard. Let me try out. Yes, not a single keyboard key does any fucking thing. Not even tab. Oh yeah, tab gives me one direction movement. It is also in the combat, you can scroll down, and when you are in geoscape, you can move world around with unnoticeable normal speeds. You will do that with mouse, because you know, PC, where you have mouse, buttons and keyboard, there's literally hundreds of combinations of. Anyone who's familiar with gaming and games and video games on PC knows that you have literally another hand on keyboard that helps you to navigate, to move. Here, for example, you would expect to move around, you want some shortcuts between bases or search, anything. Literally, it was and is still so freaking annoying. It's literally like we know that you have keyboard for this game. I know it feels like it is meant for consoles where you are literally few buttons only, so the limitations for them is kind of understandable. Then why you restrict us here? Why this? Yeah, of course, spacebar locks and unlocks the speed, and yeah, the speed can increase also. Some things are there, but a lot of things that could be there is not there. It's just, and if that's not a big thing, then probably you are now watching this on mobile and sitting with your PlayStation or something, and you're like, what this guy is talking about? Anyone with PC would be like, oh, I see your point. Yeah, it was felt strange how you can't literally with arrows switch, I don't know, between these, or this is just one example. Anyways, I'll try to finish the video, so oh shit, it's so long anyways. Second point also, it's point number 28 is mentioned. It is annoying whenever you have more than one ship, which is basically game pushes you to have it as soon as possible, another ship. When you make that ship go somewhere, suddenly game decides you want to run your speed. How about I control my speed with my speed, and I can set my... If I want to move two ships in the same time, what I need to do, you lower the speed to limit that amount, then you make it run here and quickly pause it, you know, you trick the game, then you switch to that another vehicle you want to move around, and again you pause, I set it, right? It is moving, this one is already moving, but if I need the third one, which at the mid-end game you will have a lot of ships and you will move them all around, it's a headache, it's a fucking headache. And then of course you increase the speed, because then when you set everything... Ah, come on, yeah, it was mentioned also on the feedback. Requests pretty high, and currently there's no acknowledgement that yeah, that's a thing. Point number 29, which I found absolutely crazy, as we have, literally, you see here, I have income every day, I guess. Why there should be precise information that gives me a clue in what period it is, just something plus something. But there's also for materials and also for tech. As far as I know, there is no way how I can get plus something, and that really, if that's not frustrating, I don't know. Let me just finish this. We have literally, when we go in Havens, we have a food production, we have that, and then there's a research center, we kind of have that too, but when we don't generate tech, we generate a research lab. And not even that, there is also in Havens some things called like factories that produce materials. Why on earth Phoenix Point, the secret cool thing we found that is for survival, only thing what we can do, basically make, is food. Where on earth I probably missed it, I didn't read it in lore. Why we are farmers? Why this high tech where we have our own kind of tech tree, weapons and everything and vehicles, we still can produce only food? Like, what kind of farmers are we? Not giving us as a factory, I don't know, it could be like 2 times 2, like huge junk that gives, I don't know, 1 tech per week or something. The limitations are endless, how you can limit so it's not abused, but currently Phoenix Point doesn't feel like this super cool agency that is fighting against. It's a bunch of farmers, because we can make only food. Advanced farming, that's good. That's how the game could called. I'm literally frustrated by this, because you need all 3 resources to normally produce, but no, hell, you can be only farmer, and then you need to be a trader to exchange goods, or you can be a rider. Why can't I? Why everyone else, every single other freaking faction where there's literally disciples, they can make their own tech, their own materials, their own food, but we are kinda handicapped. Now you are farmers only. I know. That's why you watch my videos. Last 4 points. Point number 30. Venom torso. And some of you already are laughing their asses off. But I'll give me a second. Sorry, dude, I need to do this to you. What on earth is this? I'm up for open discussion. You can contact me. Whoever in the company made this. It gives accuracy. The highest accurate boosting item. Similarly as legs here are best stealth, best speed, best accuracy, best sniper, similar as any other thing. But wait, there is more. We will remove you 1 hand. It was like, okay, fine. Instead, you give me shooting spike. And those who have tested out what shooting spike is, okay, no. Those people already are aware of this and have already checked mark like this is pure shit. But those who don't know, shooting spike is literally the least damage, least distance, least anything. And it costs 2 action points. I was like, did anyone actually tested it, or it was just on papers and someone just let it slide? Any other thing, for example, this ridiculous thing, I have no clue why would anyone make this or this. Or these 3 heads and this one is kind of okay. This is for specific builds. This is literally for avoiding these monstrous unbalanced, purely ignore, please never ever give me this torso stuff, right? But any other there is some chances that I will make these legs or anything, but this is something. Take away my second hand, so not a single two-handed weapon can be used by such guy, but instead then give me that one shooting spike or whatever was the name, shoot spike, poison spike. It's such a garbage. I'm literally speechless. If that's not a huge deal breaker for the game, I don't know what is. All right. Last three things. Point number 31 is, I will. For this video, there will be limited edition 33 things that is broken in the game, and combat will be separate. So melee is another huge problem, because currently it doesn't stand against any other choice. Let me just quickly browse. Where's my ship with everyone on board, and we have our berserker. Oh, I made it already, something out of them. But the thing is, there's literally just one thing that makes melee viable, and that's adrenaline rush. And I will explain where the issue is. Melee, you need to stand right next to it. Melee weapons does quite a lot of damage. They have already kind of boost. It doesn't help anyway with aiming, with hitting particular parts. You just have a lucky guess that you will destroy the part, the arm, the something, I don't know. Melee is absolutely clueless when you hit. It's kind of downside. But the problem is it costs 2 action points. And when you need to move right next to your enemy, right next to it, and then it uses exact same amount as shotgun, as assault rifle, as 2 pistol shots or 2 PDWs. Like, you get the idea. It is so unbalanced. So whenever you don't have adrenaline rush, so literally this one, just only one berserker in his hands, there is a chance where the melee weapons will do any. And I will give you the idea where my 1 action point cost thinking came from, right? What we have here is two-handed weapon, two-handed. It kind of gives you the clue that makes both of your hands work. It costs you 2 action points. At the first I was like, oh, that's understandable. It's really high damage, so you do hard damage, you use both hands. Then we switch over to one-handed weapon, and you will see it's the same range. It also uses 2 action points. How come 2 times bigger, 2 times heavier, 2 hands used weapon costs the same action as 1 hand? You see, like 1 hand, another hand, both hands are 2 action points, 1 hand should be 1. It breaks any. I even think that little children, when it comes and you see like 2-handed 2 points, 1-handed 1 point, it's that easy. The game is like, nah, 2 points it is. So I no wonder why I hate so much action melee. It's not even kind of reasonable in this game. It's more than broken. Even, I don't know, the mind breaks to understand how the hell they came up with such concept. But anyhow, that's my kind of device to kind of make it. I'm not even speaking about their 4 weapons. I missed somewhere. There's 4 weapons that you can. Anyway, literally there's just 1. They all cost the same action, but there's just 1, the highest damage dealing weapon only. All other melee weapons is just, why on earth you would want to do less damage with. Alright, point number 31. Last 2 points have only one name, and whenever I spell it, you will be like, oh yeah, I get you. Point number 32 is acid, and point number 33 is vehicles. That's it. There is no need more explanation. This, everything that we see here, well, not the ships, but the vehicles in the combat. And I know where and why it is problematic, because remember, Phoenix Point was crowdfunded, it was goals, and if we wouldn't reach some level, then probably this will never happen. But as actually there was a hype in the game, it was reached. I'm showing downwards because it was always top goal and it was scrolled down. That's how it was structured. But the idea is we kind of funded at the end, like threw more money at Phoenix Point creators saying, we want more your awesome game, and they're like, okay, now we make vehicles. And it's kind of just a check mark. Yes, we have vehicles. Are they viable? Are they even worth considering? Is this anything to do with something? No. The answer is no. They just, it's not. It's really a bad excuse that, well, we kind of had to make vehicles. So here you go. So I would just say, do anything about that. Even an option to remove them would be an option. And similarly, somehow I feel this I can defend. I really can't find how I can defend. But so which class now it belongs? It goes also with the same is for the canon. The acid, how acid is applied, how acid mechanics work compared to burning, bleeding, poison. What am I missing? No, these are the kind of understandably working mechanics. When you apply it and you get damaged and it's reduced, kind of makes sense. Then there's acid. Also, an option to remove those weapons, because no one in on sane mind will use them whenever they see how acid mechanics is applied, because that's again seems like no one ever tested or thought through. So yeah, I will conclude here. This 33 video is already, I see, too long. For someone too long, for someone who's already frustrated with the game, you can go with your own check mark. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that guy, yeah, he said right, this garbage, yes. And for combat, I will make separate, that will be shorter. There is no 33 points, there's 20 something. Anyways, this is my list. This is something I think Phoenix Point needs to work like right now, because the game is receiving feedback I'm not comfortable with myself, because as everyone mentions, I really want to love this game, but this game kind of fights back, and it is kind of try to prove the point that no, I will make you hate me. No one benefits from this. So truly yours, truly guys, I am, and I have played every single XCOM UFO game, because at the beginning it was called UFO, Deep Terror from the Deep, Enemy Unknown, XCOM Apocalypse, XCOM Aftermath, XCOM Aftershock, XCOM 2, XCOM 2 Edition, you name it, I've played it. And you are coming and you have kind of that background, but you understand. We want and we needed this game, and we want to support you. So please make this playable and make. I will not give the game anywhere rating yet. I believe you deserve the chance to kind of solve. Right, I'm a generous and cool guy. Anyways, yes, this is my huge list. Down in the description you can find every single number and point I already mentioned and explained and showed, and you can make your comments and your additions. And as I said, there probably and most likely are more things to bitch about. And you know what? Even if 2 points are overlapping with the feedback others are giving, the other guys are speaking about bring something more, bring this, bring that. It's like, no. Don't think about additional items to add with already things we have. Fix those and then move outside and add something more, all right? Let's agree on that, because when something is broken, you just throw more stuff with it, the balance will go off. It will not be enough. That the issues are, whilst the issues are there, we don't need new stuff. We need the same stuff working, balanced, and then we can move on, all right? So I'm concluding the video here. Oh, damn it, it's 1 hour long. Damn it. I said it will be short. Damn it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll meet in next videos, and cheers.